Guys, I know it's been a moment since I did my last video, so I just wanted to come back here to do a little something. I thought I was going to do a year-end review, and then I said, that's a lot of work, guest over, so that was going to be too much. But I log on, to Twitter because my mind always says that's where I get all my information from. No, I'm not being serious, but as far as celebrity stuff, it's kind of true. And scrolling through my timeline, why do I see... So Tamar... Okay, so let's back up. There was already reports saying that, oh, there was this huge thing of Tamar, and she was upset because Laura Govan went and slept with Vince, and people were getting confused. So let's clarify that Tamar wasn't saying that Laura was pregnant with Vince's baby, because that's how it read for a lot of people. I had to look into it too, because I said, this is too crazy. No, Gilbert Arenas told Tamar at some point, we don't know when, but that Laura was sleeping with Vince. Again, we don't know timeline, so if the timeline is, even though they're separated and Vince did that, Tamar's the one who wanted the separation, and what we're hearing, that was for good reason, so that shouldn't be an issue. If it was while they were together, that's a different story. Now, backing up to this baby, apparently someone is pregnant, but it's someone that we don't really know. Someone that we don't really know. It's some rando. Not 100% sure how this person got into contact with Tamar to deliver this information, but she did, and so that's why Tamar was mad. So Tamar, she was calling this woman a whore. She was saying, so it was a two-pronged thing. Allegedly, again, we don't know. We don't know if it really was Laura. A lot of people are like, well, if she did, before, then why not again? We don't know timelines. We don't know if it was during this whole separation. We don't know if it was before that. We're also kind of looking like, so what's Laura's type, if that's the case? Because this just sounds crazy. But that's not what I came here to talk about. I came here because Tamar... And it looks like she didn't delete yet. And if she did, I didn't refresh my timeline. So maybe that's why it's still on there. On her Twitter, because there was this woman, she apparently was in this group, Dream. And she was saying that when she was 14, she worked with Vince. And she felt like she was mentally and, emotionally, and maybe in some cases verbally abused by Vince. And... so she was just telling her story, and she was just kind of doing the Me Too thing in relation to how it's like Tamar's going through this stuff. I can attest to that Vince is on some BS from this woman's point of view. Now, Tamar, and I said, is it bad that I'm so excited that Braxton Family Values at some point is going to come back? And it's not like, oh, I want to see the bad stuff. Not at all. I just want to see how they navigate all this stuff with their everyday lives, because these are real people. That's why I'm very careful with what I say, because I understand they're real people. So I'm not probably like, ha ha ha, not at all. I don't want any of this. I don't want any type of people to go through any type of abuse. I don't want anyone to have to go and it to get to a point where they have to get a divorce, or it's recommended by everyone that they get a divorce. I don't want that. And then there's Lil Logan involved, and it's just a lot. But the main thing is Tamar, she went at this woman saying that the one who essentially was like when she was 14, Vince, in the studio, was verbally and mentally abusive to her. And Tamar was just like, in a string of tweets. Now again, we can't go and say, oh, this woman was just lying, because we don't know. And we also can't say, oh, she's just saying 100% the truth, because we don't know. We're just saying that if it's true, we can't just go and attack her. That's what we're trying to say. So it's just one of those things like Tamar decided that even though she's going through all this stuff, even though it's allegedly that on Christmas she called the cops, or the cops were called because Vince was there and he was drunk and he wanted his family back, and she called the cops and they arrested him because, drunken oily misconduct. Some reports are saying abuse occurred. Some reports are just saying that he was drunk and, the cops were called to make sure things didn't get out of hand. Reports are saying that she's the one who called or filed, and they're saying that he was arrested, was out on $20,000 bail. And just to give you the context of how you go from that to now Tamar defending Vince is saying that, oh, he's not an abuser, he's not abusive, you know, we're going through the divorce and he's a good man. And how are you going to go and say he did that stuff to you when that's not even his type of steez? That's not how he gets down. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So with you saying that, does that mean that you just don't see it that way? Or you're saying that a couple of people are now lying and putting 20 on 10 just for attention, including Mama Braxton, which wouldn't make sense because I'm not calling Mama Braxton a liar, and I don't want to call Vince a liar. I don't want to believe any of this stuff with any of them. All of this is horrible. All of this is horrible. That's why every time something happens, I don't just run on here and talk about it. Because I don't really talk about TV shows. It's only because there are people on the TV shows that I watch. That's why they even come up on here. But this is crazy. What do you guys... Well, I shouldn't say what do you guys believe. Because it's like, if Tamar was really being abused, this could be the psychology of, you know, someone who was in an abusive relationship. This does happen where you believe the best in someone, and when other people are attacking them, you want to go and defend them. And it's confusing because on Tamar's Instagram, how she was going at Vince because she was saying how, oh, essentially that this whore this, this whore that, and you trying to go and get back with me. And because that was the other part that was confusing, because she kind of confirmed it in the Instagram post that, oh, you know, you call me drunk and doing your lying, and you went and broke the order of protection. And I'm saying, so you're confirming this on one hand, unless you're trying to put 20 on 10 for the media, which, since this is serious, I can't see you doing that. To, oh, he's not an abuser. Oh, you guys are trying to go and fan the flames. Oh, you're trying to make things bigger than what it is so that you, you know, you can get your careers popping. You can get some attention. And I'm thinking, how can you say that he didn't do this to someone else? That doesn't make sense. Like, there's all for defending, and that would have been completely different if all this other stuff wasn't coming out. That's why I'm really confused. That's why I'm just like, I wish that Tamar would just get off of social media for this. I wish someone would just take her phone and just be like, nah, no, not for this. I know for a lot of people, social media is their diary. For me, it's not. Absolutely not. People don't know anything really about me still. And I have a YouTube account, and I talk almost every day about stuff. It's just that I'm not talking about myself. And I just wish more people would do that, because you can't go and think that this is conducive to your life. This isn't making you feel better. This isn't making... All this is bringing more stress and attention to potential serious things that are going on that you don't want people looking at and focusing on. And that's why I feel bad. I feel bad, and that's why I'm not attacking anybody. I'm not attacking Tamar. I'm not attacking Vince, because I don't have evidence. I don't have true evidence for anything, for the exception of there was a lot of nasty behavior on the reality shows like Tamar and Vince, and even Braxton Family Values. I didn't like how at times Vince would talk to Tamar. I didn't like how at times Tamar would talk to Vince. But I always felt like it was more so in a condescending way when it came from Vince. But again, that does not equate to physical violence. It doesn't. There's some people who can have nasty attitudes and never touch you. That's why I'm like, I was just hoping that it wasn't the case. But I'm like, if you have to go yourself and acknowledge that there was a protection order, so we aren't just making this stuff up, John Q. Public, but then kind of going to someone who's saying, I've had issues myself with your significant other, fine. If you don't like that, if you still want to defend that person, please just don't put it on social media, because it just makes it really harder. Not for me, but for other people who don't like you to jump at you. So that's all I had to say. Let me know what you think. I was like, it's been almost a week since something has been on my channel aside from my love and hip hop review. So just to give you an idea, that's on Monday. So I was like, I have to come back here, and it needs to be something. It needs to be something credible. I usually let these things get a good 24, 48 hours so that stuff comes out. Oh, make sure that you watch BTS and Mariah Carey. Just giving you some ideas what to watch for this New Year's for as far as performances, because that Mariah Carey performance, you know, it's always interesting. And then BTS just for pure dancing and live vocals and showmanship. That should be a good time. So again, Happy New Year, and let me know what you think.